The one thing that I might say is a negative is we have a situation here where we've been hosting foreign exchange students for oh, several years. Primarily, there is a relationship between the community college that we work through the students with. A lot of Asian students come. Personally, at our home, at one time we had about 4 at the same time, and they do tend to speak among themselves. So at the same time that they're immersing themselves in America to try to better their English skills, it doesn't always work that way because their English would only be used when they would speak with my husband or myself, because within the household, if they were together, they would speak in their language. And then also at the community college that we do it at, they would kind of stay in their little groups together as well. And so there again, they would take classes together, they would seek each other out after classes. So although they're here in America, their school time, social time, and even time within the host family, sometimes primarily they were speaking still their own language. So in order to get it to progress, it wasn't progressing as fast as probably it could if we had, let's say, some students that they had to share the common language of English because they did not speak the same language, and they didn't stay with their own groups so much. They need to branch out. But it's difficult because it's also difficult for them to make new friends and be accepted, especially at a community college where you're not in a dorm situation together. And then the dorm situation being the host family here, we had the same students from the same country. So that was probably one of the only issues that I would say they couldn't progress with their English skills, as well as in other situations when you do immerse yourself in a country to try to better the language.
um, what Nancy said might be right, but for the other students. But for me, I always tend to like make new friends and like practice my English with them. Um, when like I remember when I first came to Bay Area, I went to San Francisco like every single weekend, trying to seek the chance, the opportunity to practice my second language. Um, but so I found that um, it is really different than what I was thinking before, because there is a huge gap between our cultures, not only the language thing, and the culture shock make make me stunned, make me feel really uncomfortable. So instead of talking with people, instead of finding the opportunity, I would rather to explore the city, try to walk around, and maybe this is a better chance. Um, so when I went to Chinatown, it is another experience, since it's like a isolation area within the whole big city, and it's like the whole city is filled with English, filled with like American culture. But when I went there, it's like another place. Everybody was sitting around, um, talking in their own languages, and try to block all the other information, all the American thing out of their business. It is really weird. Um, yeah. Uh, well, I don't know why, but sometimes I feel nervous when I was speaking to strangers, and I don't know what I was afraid of. So, like after the whole day long exploring this city, when I got home, I found out that yeah, I haven't speak to any single one in the whole long day, and that's why like after all of this, I I chose to speak to my own people. I chose to talk to my own people. Yeah, so what Nancy said might be right. And after all of this, I think I'm all good.